the situation only keeps getting worse for our heroes. What is up, YouTube? It is your boy Dougie D Fresh, and today we are talking about One Piece chapter 1111. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like so YouTube knows. Leave a comment down below about anything you have to say about the video or the chapter. Hit the subscribe button if you're fucking with the content. Hit the post notification bell if you want to be notified of all future content. Let's get into it. Mars, like I said, made it through the barrier, but you know, that's not like a big victory for me. I think everybody pretty much knew that St. Marcus Mars was gonna make it through the barrier. It didn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out, but it just makes me wonder why they keep hyping up this damn barrier if it's not that hard to get through, especially since they're immortal. Like I said, just slam through it. And that's exactly what St. Marcus did. Jinbei made it very clear that the Gorosei have some very strong haki. We also see later on in the chapter that St. Mercury had some haki from his roar that he did. I'm not gonna say that they're top tiers yet, but they have a pretty good argument for being top tier. Depending on whatever these forms are, they have mythical Zoans. At the least, we can say that and just assume that mythical Zoans, they are seemingly immortal and they have very strong haki. Now, we don't know their full capabilities. We haven't seen any named attacks. We haven't seen exactly how deep their haki bag or ability bag is, but I'm just saying, the Gorosei are no slouches. And my man Rob Lucci was still standing 10 toes down. Even Zoro looked shocked that he was still up. And Jinbei just scooped Zoro up. He's like, man, you won the fight. Let's just get out of here. We gotta go. You know what? Maybe because Rob Lucci did still kind of, you know, he de-transformed and fell to his knees. But you know what? He's probably around that second commander to first commander caliber, because I think Zoro expected to just knock him out. And can you call this a one shot? Because they've been fighting for a minute, and even though I guess you could call it a one shot, because you know, maybe Zoro hasn't really been taking this seriously. He just locked in last chapter, but still, I feel like you gotta give respect to Lucci for being on his feet, because even Zoro was surprised. So shout out to Rob Lucci, man. Speaking of Rob Lucci, he was looking a little shook in front of the true face of the world government. It's like, yeah, those are the people that you serve. That's what they look like. I thought that was just a really cool panel of the Itsumade just looking menacing as hell. Rob Lucci's probably like, what the hell am I looking at? Because he doesn't know these are the Gorosei. He's been fighting Zoro. He probably just sent some crazy haki, and now this big ass insane looking bird is in front of him asking him about some where's York, blah blah blah, this other crap, and he just sit there looking a little shook. And according to Rob Lucci, we have 6 minutes left for Vegapunk's transmission. Now again, like I said last video, the time is flying because we're already, what was the original 10 minutes, and we're already down 4 minutes. Like, time's kind of flying by. We might hear this Vegapunk transmission sooner than we think. But if I'm not mistaken, Zoro and Jinbei were just focused on running away, and St. Marcus Mars went to I think somewhere in the Labo phase, and then talked to York and was like, where's the transmission coming from? So I don't know who's gonna stop him from stopping the transmission. Or I also saw a theory that Vegapunk's antenna on his head is responsible for the transmission, so maybe that's why Oda's having the Straw Hats just solely focus on running away, not even protecting the transmission at all, because Sanji is inadvertently doing that by trying to get Vegapunk's body to safety. So that's just my little theory. Well, it's not my little theory. I kind of stole it, but you get the point. But I thought it was cool to see that Rob Lucci really cares about Kaku. He was like, please protect my partner, he's still up there. And then St. Marcus was like, hey man, you don't try to step on bugs, it just happens. Like, the Gorosei and these insect analogies and quotes have just been going crazy since the beginning of Egghead. Like, chill out with the disrespect, just relax a little bit. I think this was a little bit of a point of contention for a while when the Giants showed up, but it was confirmed this chapter, if it wasn't already, because I might have forgotten, it was confirmed that they just saw the newspaper and they decided to pull up and come and help, which is great, because the Straw Hats needed it. They for sure needed it. Because I remember when people were saying, man, a buster call is nothing, the Straw Hats got this. And of course, this isn't your average buster call, because you got Kizaru there, you got all 5 Gorosei there, but hey, I don't think it would have been looking good for the Straw Hats if the Giants did not pull up. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think they still could have done it and got out of here? I mean, they haven't even escaped yet, but we know they're gonna escape. So let me know how you feel about that. Year 5 is truly insane. There's really seemingly no limits to what Gear 5 could do. Luffy got his eyes, mouth, teeth, whatever else all just knocked off of his body from Saint Mercury's roar. It just put them all back together. Like, my man was sticking his scars back on like stickers. Like, what limits, if any limits at all, does Gear 5 have? Luffy might just become the strongest in like no time at all. I mean, it's already been no time. It's only been 2 years for him to get to this point, but shoot, people might not be tripping when they put Luffy as top 1 already, because this man's looking crazy. And something I thought was a little interesting was that Saint Mercury's tusks turned into like blades when he was clashing with Dory and Broggy. And I was looking through the rest of the chapter, I was like, have they been blades the whole time? So I don't know if that's just a visual thing or if that's an actual like little transformation thing he can do. Either way, I think it's pretty cool, because I was like, I don't know how interesting it is going to be to see this giant boar, attacking, but I think it works. I think I'm more excited to see hybrid forms. That's usually how I feel about Zoans. I like seeing their hybrid forms because I feel like you get more function out of it, and I feel like it is the stronger form. So shout out to the blade tusks. And Dory and Broggy, because obviously I'm not gonna say they're top tiers. I don't know where they are in people's tier list or even my tier list, but they were able to block Saint Mercury, push him back as the shields of the sun god Nika. And speaking of that, I want to know what beef the Gorosei have with the giant. This might have something to do with JOYBOY possibly being a giant, because in the beginning of the chapter they said something like the giants, oh, they're here, like that's a bad combination. And I didn't realize that they were talking about the sun god Nika probably and the giants working together. The previous JOYBOY was probably a giant given how big that Straw Hat was. So that might just be the extent of the beef, but maybe we can get some explanation on Egghead and some more explanation on what the sun god means to the people of Elbaf. So I am just super excited to get to Elbaf, but I'm not mad at this arc. I'm not like, oh man, this is dragging on too long, I want to leave Egghead. I am just here for the journey right now, like completely and utterly going along for the ride. And just another instance of Gear 5 being crazy. Luffy turned a tree into a damn baseball bat, gave himself a baseball helmet, painted the baseball bat, and hit the explosive or balls of poison that St. J was shooting right back at them. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Gear 5 is no limits. We finally get to the end of the chapter. We see the Straw Hats finally get into the ship, but there are some vice admirals blocking their way. I don't think there'll really be a problem though, but hopefully they give the Straw Hats a little bit of a problem, because I want to see how we're doing after Wano. I want to see Nami pull out the climb attack, the Zeus enhanced climb attack. I want to see Brooke put in some work. I want to see Frankie put in some work. So I don't think the vice admirals are going to be too much of a problem, but it'd be nice if we can hopefully get a little bit of a scuffle between the Straw Hats and them. And if it, again, Oda's just hammering it in more and more. Kizaru is not all there mentally. His heart's not in this, man. He just wants to rest. He talking about, I'm deeply wounded. They're like, where are your wounds, man? It's internal wounds. His heart hurts. He's pretty much all right physically. Like, he's taking some licks from Luffy, but my man's not out of commission. He could still fight if he wanted to. But if it was him and the Gorosei, then it would kind of be a wrap for Luffy and the rest. So you gotta have him sit out due to his mental wounds. And we finally see the giant robot making its move. Maybe it'll give us some secret to harming the Gorosei or some more lore about JOYBOY, because we see it saying sorry JOYBOY. So anything that has to do with explaining JOYBOY or the sun god Nika gets me excited. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a comment down below about anything you have to say about the chapter or the video. Leave a like so YouTube knows you liked it. Hit the subscribe button if you're fucking with the content, and hit the post notification bell if you want to be notified of all future content. Anyways, it has been your boy Dougie D Fresh, and I'm out. Peace.